about stats.
And welcome to Aero TV. Today we bring you the last game of the regular season. All right, it's the Harrisburg Tigers and the Watertown Arrows. Ty, would you talk about like the SODAC standings going on right now?
So we're currently the 7th seed, and we're supposed to play Sioux Falls Lincoln. But obviously, we've got games tonight, games tomorrow, so a lot of stuff could change. So yeah.
Yeah.
Our team's turned it around a lot. That's why we bumped up in the rankings. We've won our last 4 games. How are the stats looking down there, Spencer?
Coming into tonight's game, pretty much across the board, we're all averaging around that 10 to 11 mark. Or Marcus, he's down to 4, but I believe he'll have a good night. He'll have a great night tonight and bump that bad boy back up.
All right, we'll talk about other games around the state real quick. Got Pier and Roosevelt, Aberdeen and Sioux Falls Jefferson, Mitchell and O'Gorman, Yankton Spearfish, Lincoln and Rapid City Central, Brookings, Sturgis Brown, and Sioux Falls Washington and Rapid City Stevens. All right, we're gonna go to our game of who we think for the game. Let's play our game. Yeah. Pick a name and we'll predict the points.
Got Cohen.
Okay. Spence, you want to start us off? Your guess?
Yeah, so coming in tonight, he's averaging around 10 points, so I'm going to stick right there. I'll give him 10 points tonight.
I'm gonna have to say about 14 points for Cohen. You know, he's a really good 3-point shooter, and he's gonna have 14 tonight.
You know, the last few games he hasn't really had to score a lot. Dylan's been doing that lately, but I think he's going to come back and have a good game for himself, and he's going to score about 16 points tonight. So,
50 seconds.
I agree with everything you guys have said. I'm going to go with 12.
All right. Who do you think's going to win the game?
That's hard. I'm going to go with Watertown.
It's a tough choice because Harrisburg, they've come in, they won 9 of the last 10 games. It's going to be a tough game for the boys tonight, but I think the Arrows can pull it out with a key win tonight.
With Harrisburg being a 2 seed right now, definitely gonna be a tough game, but we'll come out on top.
Yeah, I'm taking the Arrows on this one. We're coming off a hot streak these last 4 games. We've been playing pretty well, so if we can shut down Braden Van Bakkeren, I feel like we're going to have an amazing night tonight.
Well, tonight's senior night. We want to wish the seniors good luck and see ya. Oh, all right. Never mind. We're going to keep going. So we're going to talk about Harrisburg real quick. Talk about how they won 9 of the last 10 games. Let me see that, Spencer. Right now they're 2, Ty said. Right now they're 15-3 overall, 5-1 in the ESD. Their 3 losses come to Cordova, Tennessee. Oh yeah, that's right. They played them in that tournament in Mitchell at the Corn Palace. Lost to Roosevelt and Sioux Falls, and they also lost to Aberdeen, which is a weird thing to happen because us and Aberdeen are about the same team, and for some reason Aberdeen just showed up that night and they played really well. But their big wins are against number 1 Mitchell, and that's the only loss Mitchell has this year. They've also beaten 5 Washington and Rapid City Stevens at home. And the remaining game they have is a tough game at Brandon Valley tomorrow night at home. So, other games going around the state tomorrow is Sioux Falls, Washington, Rapid City Central, Lincoln, Stevens, Brandon Valley, and Harrisburg. Then you got Yankton, Sturgis Brown, and then Brookings and Spearfish. We'll talk about this how we do it. Yeah, let's do that. All right, we're going to talk about our keys to success of how we're going to win this game tonight. Yeah, Ty.
Well, I think we gotta play really hard D. So these guys are pretty big, so I mean we just gotta play big and play good D.
I mean, we're going to have to cut it short because we don't have much time left. But overall, I think we just got to be smart on defense, be smart with the ball on offense, don't let them get the ball too often, keep the ball in our hands, make smart shots, make smart plays. And like I said earlier, tonight's senior night, we want to wish the seniors good luck at I mean, it's not their last game at home because we got Sodak, but just the regular season, their last regular season game at home. So we want to wish the boys good luck, and we'll see you later.
Back to the line. Boom, and one. Rayline at the top of the key. Marries the third. Wide open look for Olsen here. Back to back. And look at Ekstrom gobbling him up underneath. Great rebound there by Pochamp. Good evening and welcome to the Watertown Civic Arena for tonight's basketball game between the Watertown Arrows and the Tigers of Harrisburg. My name is Sam Mooney, and joining me in the booth, as always, is the handsome and talented Brian Norberg. We're in for a treat tonight, Norby.
Boy, we are, Sam. Good evening. How are you doing?
Couldn't be happier, sir. Excited to be here. Boy, we've got a lot to go over from the last time that we were here. We have a lot to talk about, but we're going to pause for the time being. We're going to pause Rodden's 30-point performance. We're going to pause the Yankton game. We're going to pause talking about Harrisburg, and we're going to go to the court for Parents' Night. And we're going to give homage here to the players and the senior players and their parents.
And cheerleaders.
And cheerleaders, of course. And there's a lot of players, senior players out there.
Yeah, this is a senior night that'll take a bit, but kind of always special for the seniors. And let's be honest, the moms, it's a big deal. They did a great job. We got what's called shadow boxes apparently out in the lobby for the kids. A lot of memorabilia in there. And as always, the moms do a great job of getting a nice display out there for these seniors, and they deserve it. So it's a nice night to recognize these seniors.
You know, and speaking of doing a nice job and recognizing and whatnot, I'm just going to tell everybody right now, the graphics that Ryan Remmers and our Aero TV crew and Austin Thompson and all the guys have got for us tonight are 10 out of 10.
Yeah, you guys have been hyping this.
It's absurd.
I'm excited about it. See what they put together. Gets better all the time, Sam.
Yeah, it really does. You know, Aero TV gets a lot of shout outs at a lot of unique places.
Boy, let me tell you, I feel guilty. See my pun there?
Yeah. Oh, man.
I do feel guilty, though. I'm out in the community, I get compliments, and I feel bad because we just benefit from the great production.
Yes.
We're up here, a couple fools, trying to talk basketball.
100%. You know, the great Cam Corey said that we just piggyback off the talents of Ryan Remmers and the rest of the guys. And,
very true.
And that is accurate. That is factual.
So we have 8 seniors tonight.
Okay, let's talk about the 8
boys.
seniors.
So kind of as they, as they come out. Now let's keep it classy, Sam, and I'm kind of talking to you on this. As far as the parents and
keep it professional.
Well, the parents that come out, we can mention them, but let's keep it classy. No hairlines mentioned or anything like that out of you.
You know what? I would definitely not do that.
Well, you did already this year, so.
Well, but I'm not the latest one to make that comment because you just did.
But I wasn't as specific as you were earlier in the year. Let me be honest. And there's a couple candidates down there. We'll just let the viewers make their own decision there. But looks like we got the cheerleaders. We don't have a great background on the cheerleaders here, and look, got student managers out there. Looks like.
Yeah. So next year, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to hold down the fort on your own next year. Oh wait,
Wait a second, Sam.
We got problems.
We have a conflict
We
here,
do.
don't we? Yeah.
We do because Josie, the lovely Josie Mooney, will be a student manager. Is a student manager.
Well, if she makes the team as a student manager, yeah.
Well,
Let's
fair.
not assume things.
That's
but
fair.
But
That's
she's
fair.
hoping to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and and the same thing with Gabe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So maybe we do it with a microphone down on the court. I don't know.
You know what? Maybe that would be great if we could just slap one on a lapel.
Yeah.
And we could just talk
as we do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be onto something there,
that
or
could be
maybe
all right.
someone more qualified than you and I would be up here in the booth while we're doing that down there.
Well, if we, we could get Wally pipped.
Maybe we auction off the ability to sit where we sit.
Sure.
While we're out
for just an hour.
Yeah.
But my concern about that is I don't want to get Wally pipped. So now I'm taking it back a little bit. Wally Pipp was the first baseman for the Yankees before Lou Gehrig.
Oh, okay.
So then Lou Gehrig comes in, plays 2,500 games in a row. Wally Pipp, who the heck is Wally Pipp?
That's why I didn't know Wally Pipp.
Yeah. See, that's that useless knowledge that I have.
We have a lot of, we have a very large cheerleading class. And so we have 15 cheerleaders out there, so it looks like we have how many senior cheerleaders? 1, 2, 3, we have 5 senior cheerleaders.
Yeah, yep.
So it's a good number there.
Fun fact about Mackenzie Lewis that you see on the screen here.
Mackenzie?
Yeah, pretty solid softball player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not too bad. Elementary education, we need more teachers. That's good.
So these.
Yeah. Sure.
I just need to talk to her about something. She's down right next to the computer. I need.
Yep. Whoops.
Perfect. Thank you.
Got some nice aero gear on the court tonight for senior night. How much aero gear do you have hanging in your closet right now?
Yeah, well, there's quite a bit. It gets dated fairly quickly, but try to stay current. A few garage sales maybe took care of some.
Sure. People know that they're buying from the Hoff?
Yeah.
They know that when they come and purchase that stuff?
That's the one thing, you coach for a lot of years, you collect a lot. There's a lot of camp t-shirts in there.
Oh, yeah.
I always try to take pride in getting cool camp t-shirts. I don't know if we always accomplished it, but...
you probably need to get one of those blankets made.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea if I was organized enough to hang on to it all.
Yep, see, that's what I'm doing with my softball jerseys.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yep,
those are cool.
Hanging it up this year, I'm not playing.
I don't think we can cover that tonight. That's going to be another show.
Major announcement.
That might be our new podcast. We cover that. That might be our first topic.
Major breaking news.
Yeah.
Carla Willett jumps on right away, and she says hi to you, Brian, and she says go Arrows.
Hey, Carla. Glad to have you on here.
She's got to be a top fan.
So a reminder, we are going to talk about Saturday, and we'll get to that point here as we kind of go over things during warm-ups. But we got to cover some things for Saturday coming up. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, the Sodak 16 game.
Oh yeah, yep. Well, for those that are tuning in right now, we're just kind of enjoying the senior night here and kind of filling some time with that. But we'll get to basketball action here when the kids are done.
So we got Caden coming out here. What a great year for Caden. It's come a long ways.
I tell you what, man, his defense from game 1 to today, geez, he's done just an excellent job.
As good as he's been, and as much as he's improved offensively, his defense this year, not only the ability to play really good defense, but to do it without getting foul trouble.
Yeah, and then Peyton Bisker here, appreciate his selflessness and how he's handled the role that he has his senior year. And,
absolutely.
Boy, there's a bunch of good people on the court there right now, huh?
Yeah, it's a special night. I can talk tough up here right now, but I think when you're going through and you're seeing, there's a finality to it when you have your senior child that's done with their particular sport here, in this case basketball. So that
Ingstrom's been a phenomenal player this year. Six man off the bench.
Yeah, Will's done a good job of coming in with confidence every game. Coach Kranz and Christie and Cohen there.
Gal, I tell you what, Cohen has just been such a treat to watch play basketball all year.
A lot of varsity basketball games under his belt. He's making the most out of it here his senior year. Jake Olson and.
Yeah, you know a little thing about these guys, right?
Well, everyone's favorite, Olson Amber, next to Tommy, maybe younger sister, but I guess there's Doug there as well. But
Doug does okay. He's an all right guy.
Jake's a great kid, and we know his golfing exploits and having a good senior year as well here. So hard to believe they're seniors already.
Yeah, and they get the Ravines here, and boy, talk about stellar defense.
Yeah, Marcus, and I say this with full, it's a compliment. He's a welder. He's a welder on the basketball court. He's going to get it done. I mean, he's going to get it done. He's going to do the dirty work, and he's really good at it. He's been physical, and really he's knocked down open shots as well when called on it. So just had a good year.
A couple things that we could say about this young man on the court right now, can't we?
Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to Dylan here and kind of break that down, but another one that's had a great career already.
Yeah, and then here's another guy that I have a lot of respect for and how he's handled his role this year. I just had an opportunity to visit with his mom the other day, and boy, she's a great person too.
Yeah, Brody's done a good job as well, like all of them, but just kind of neat to see them all get the recognition. And
yeah, it's always good to recognize them and their years and years and years of
parents and players alike. They've all sacrificed and put in a lot of time in this whole deal.
Yes, absolutely. Nice standing ovation for all the senior parents and players. Good moment for everybody.
Now we get ready for a game.
Yeah, now we.
Fun fact for you, as a coach and your own seniors, you really like to recognize them, and that was back in the day you used to do a whole parents night, so this took longer than this did, but you did the overall parents night. So you did everyone on your team, all the cheerleaders, all the student managers. Now they've pared it down to senior night, which I think makes sense, but as a coach, Sam, as a coach, you're ready to roll. The senior night special, but the worst is you go on the road and it's somebody else's senior night.
Yeah.
You just wait, sit all day. So I always kind of remember that. I may or may not have had a good attitude about it.
I don't know you to have anything but a good attitude.
Yeah, I'm always blamed for being too positive. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
What an awful thing to be.
Yeah, it's an issue I'm trying to work on.
Yeah. I mean, especially in today's society, I just feel like there's not enough negative people out there.
I know.
So,
we need to work on it.
Yeah, I mean, you and me both. I feel like that's something that we should try. Maybe we should start with that tonight.
We're going to be positive. Hope we have a lot to be positive about tonight.
Well, either way, all joking aside, we're in for a treat. This is the Harrisburg Tigers coming in, and we're going to touch on them real shortly. But let's start with Watertown. It's been a hot minute since you and I have been here at the Civic Arena to talk Watertown Arrows basketball. The Arrows are playing fantastic of lately. The Arrows have won 4 games in a row. They've won 5 out of their last 6. The last 4 games, they're averaging 71 points per game, shooting 59%, 42% from the free throw. Yeah, and here we go. Look at this graphic here. Look how good the Arrows have been in the last 4 games. What's the turnaround?
Well, it always helps to score points.
54.5 to 71.
Yeah, I mean, across the board there, you're looking at just doing a really good job of, we're shooting the ball a little bit better, but that comes with the type of shots you're getting. It maybe comes from what you're doing defensively and that kind of stuff. But you just look at it. Yeah, we really bumped. That's a significant stat right there.
It's massive.
You jumped. I'm not a math guy, but you're jumping 17 points there.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, look at the difference. Look at the 3-point percentage.
Yeah.
30% to 41.
Yeah.
Call it 42.
And we talk about all year. We have to shoot the ball. Like a game like tonight against Harrisburg, we have to shoot the ball well. And there's no question about it. We're going to take a lot of perimeter shots, but we've done a great job this year mixing it up. We're not just a 3-point shooting team, but sure helps when you when you shoot 41% from three for a team.
Yeah, and you know, we talked about it at the beginning of the year, if the three-point shot, if they were going to have sustainability with that, but going to a 12% improvement.
Yeah, kind of unheard of during the year. Now it's a snapshot. Those are 4 wins, our last. But let me take you back to the Sioux Falls Washington game.
Yes.
At Sioux Falls, Washington, I believe on a Saturday night, and we went down there and played one of our best games of the year and beat a very good Sioux Falls Washington team on the road.
Yep.
Hung on, got the win, showed up in the arena on Tuesday night. You and I are on the call, and I think we both kind of commented it was a rough one to call because it just was not the night for the Arrows, and we played poorly.
Yeah, you're talking about the Jefferson game.
The Jefferson game. When we got home on Tuesday, played Jefferson, and they played well, and we played poorly. It was kind of a combination deal, but it was really a turning point for a team. I've never been one to say losing is needed at times, this and that. And this is definitely not a team you talk about that with. Sometimes you do if you won 20 in a row or something like that.
Right.
But it did refocus the team, and I think it refocused Coach and his staff as well. And he made a comment to me that he was not going to let anything slide, and he felt like he had allowed some just little things, right?
Sure.
To slide that you really don't recognize until you have a night like that. And then since that time, I know they had 2, what type of practices do we want to call them? Some very revealing practices,
sure.
and kind of like, hey, let's see we get this turned around. A lot, toughness type practices, and any coach knows what we're talking about there. But they refocused, and from that point, that night against Jefferson, they've turned it around, and they have played well. I think we go on the road, we beat Roosevelt, and then get a good win at Aberdeen, or at home against Aberdeen. Yep. And then the Huron game was the one. It's like, okay, they're out for blood. They were ready. That was a huge game within both team seasons. On the road at Huron, and were able to take their first punch in the first quarter, and then really played a very good game with an outstanding performance by Dylan, which we'll get to, and the Elwine kid goes off for 30. Just a great win. Then you're worried, Sam, about the letdown game, the trap game.
The trap game.
And let me tell you, Yankton, Coach Haynes down there, they have trouble scoring this year, but boy, do they defend, and they are physical, and they rebound, and then we run into it where the Potts kid goes off for 40.
Yeah, we had a 24-6 second quarter.
Yeah.
And then blew it in the third.
Yeah, our third quarter. Yeah.
And then Dylan Rodden was cold-blooded and just shot the game winner. So we could talk about how great Watertown has been, but a majority of the people that are watching this would know how good Watertown's been. Equally as hot is Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Right. So Harrisburg's 15-3. Yeah, and so we see it here. They're 15-3. They've won 9 of their last 10 games. Their only recent loss was way back on February 2nd to an Aberdeen Central team. Big wins over Mitchell. Only loss that Mitchell's had.
Mitchell, yeah.
Big win against Washington in Sioux Falls. Big win against Stevens at home. They had a tough loss to a Cordova, Tennessee team in the Corn Palace. But that Cordova team is 27-2, and then they had a tough loss against Roosevelt way back in January.
Yeah.
So what do we know about this Harrisburg team?
Well, the landscape of AA basketball this year has been Mitchell, Harrisburg, and everyone else.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect to anybody else in here. Any of us can beat anybody, but they're kind of the two dominant teams, and are having great seasons, and they are loaded with talent. So that part of it isn't a huge surprise going into the season. I don't think anyone would be too surprised to see where they're at now.
Sure.
But they are a very talented team, and you see the quality of wins they have on there, and they're on a run right now. And so I think they are hitting their stride. Huge challenge for the Arrows tonight, but there's a lot of depth on this team, a lot of size, a lot of athleticism, a lot of shooters, you name it. Harrisburg's a really solid team.
Let's talk about some of the players from Harrisburg that we're probably going to call tonight. We'll start with number 11. Or do you want to start with Jacoby?
Well, yeah, just for my simple mind, let's start off with the big dog.
Let's start with number 24, Jacoby Merriman. 6'4", senior guard. All right, hang on to your hats on this one. 17 points, 16 points per game, and 41% from three-point land for the entire season. And he's committed to play at USF next year.
Yeah, Jacoby, as we get some highlights here, he makes the game look easy. At times, he's so smooth, big lefty that has great size, plays on the perimeter. You see his ball handling
Good
there.
handles, yep.
He's going to hurt you in all facets of the game. He is a kid that I watched as a younger player growing up, and he was always mature early. And I thought at one point maybe in his career he was going to be one of those kids that matured early and everyone else caught up to him.
Sure,
But
sure.
there isn't many that have caught up to him. He's a phenomenal player. I know in the AU circuit he's had a great run there. Signed to play at USF. He can, like you say, 41% at 6'4", and yet if he decides to, he's going to attack the hoop. If he decides to, he can post you up. It's just a matchup nightmare for any team, let alone Watertown, where we don't have a ton of size to throw at him.
Equally damaging on the Harrisburg Tigers team is number 11, and that's Braden Van Brockeren. He's a 6'3" senior guard, averages 16.3 points per game. Not to be outdone, I mean, he's shooting 35% from three-point line, and he's got an offer to play college basketball at Mount Marty's. Yeah,
Braden's going to have some options in college. I had the opportunity, I guess, to coach him for 3 years in AAU, and so I know Beav very well, and he can shoot it. I mean, first and foremost, he is a shooter, but he's lanky. I mean, he as you see there, he's got range, and once he gets across half court, he's in range. And so he'll take some that you're surprised about.
Look at this. Look at that.
He'll go in and dunk on you.
Yeah.
Braden's just a kid that's continued to work at it, and the kid works really hard at his craft. I mean, there's no question about it. He's spent a lot of time in the gym, and he is a natural shooter that can really stroke it. Another challenge. So, you can't give any space. We saw that down in Yankton with the Potts kid. We gave him too much space.
Yeah, and he went off for 40.
But yeah, you can't let Braden get comfortable. He's had a great season, great senior year, and a really good kid.
Another guy to touch on with Harrisburg, the big guy, number 33, Cam Phipps. 6'6" senior forward is what he's listed at. Here's the thing with Cam. He's 6'6". He averages just a skosh over 12 points a game. But at 6'6", my guy is shooting 32% from behind the line, or from behind the three.
Yeah, and I don't know how many he's taken, but I see the percentage. So he's not a kid that's just a low block guy, but he's a horse. That's just a big fella. Good passer.
And look at the range here as he steps outside. He's got he's got a sweet stroke. He can hit it from outside. He can punish you in and out.
Yeah, soft touch, right? Soft hands, really soft hands, big body. So he's averaging 12 to 13 a game. He's a low down there. So yeah, pick your poison. Take your pick here.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun game to watch. The Arrows are going to be challenged, but we've been giving a lot of love to Harrisburg, and rightfully so. But let's shift our focus and our attention a little bit to our kids and what they've been doing. And I don't think that we can start with anybody other than number 4, Dylan Rodden, who has bumped his points per game up to over 13.5, coming off of a barn burner where he scored 30 in Huron last week, averaging over 24 points per game in his last 4 games. And then he was just stone cold against Yankton.
Yeah, let's back it up to the game down in Huron, and I don't know if we'll have highlights. Yeah, so down in Huron, that's one of the best guard performances that we've seen out of an Arrow in quite some time in that setting, right? Where we needed it, and it was a game we needed to have, and he did everything. And I thought he was going to get worn down in the fourth quarter because Huron, their sole goal in the second half was make him work for everything. If he came out of the timeout, make him work, right? So I thought, and he just kept going. He ended up getting a lot of his points down the stretch on the free throw line, but even then you get tired, you start shooting. He just had 0 flaws that game. The Elwine kid's going off. Dylan was really good. Not just shooting the ball well, but how he played, and he brought us home to win that game among other Arrows playing very well. That was a special performance. Down in Yankton, I would say those 2 shots that he doesn't make one of those, we lose.
Yeah, incredible.
We're in trouble.
That three-pointer that he made on the elbow with 4 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yep.
Stone cold.
Yep. And like you're saying, stone cold. You gotta have kids. You always joke about it. You gotta have a dude down the stretch. So you can do a lot of things right for 31 minutes or 30 minutes down the stretch or end a clock. A lot of times you gotta have a dude. And he's been the dude here for us down the stretch in this phase of the season where we're playing good basketball. There's a reason. So he's had a great year overall, I think he stepped it up another level here, and we need him to continue to do that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, not to be outdone, I mean, we've been talking about it all year, how we've got so many different guys that contribute. Number 5, Caden Beauchamp, 11 points per game, averaging 13 points over his last 4 games. But not to be outdone with I mean, we talk about points a lot, but Caden's defense, his ability to play underneath against guys that are bigger, that are stronger than him, and he is continually, game after game after game, showing off his defensive prowess.
How fun has it been to watch his progress? You know, Caden had his stretches last year. I think overall as a junior, he was probably a little disappointed in his overall performance. And this year, boy, he's taken it and run with it. Caden has been great, not only on the offensive end, finishing so much better this year, defensively, lights out, without getting in foul trouble a lot. And that's not easy to do when you're typically undersized.
Yeah. And you know, we talked about it a little bit during when the parents were on the court. We've talked about Cohen Krantz a lot over the season, the maturation of Cohen from game 1 to where we're at now, game 16.
Yeah.
Cohen's averaging just a skosh over 10 points a game. Silky smooth shooter, senior leader.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I know, you know, he's a kid that has a lot of varsity minutes under his belt, and he, I don't know the exact game, but where you saw out of Cohen, the confidence level went up. He switched he flipped the switch to where he became more decisive, and became that leader we need out there on the floor. And he's hit a lot of big shots, even in games maybe where the ball wasn't going in the hole. He was quiet. And then all of a sudden, boom, he makes 2 plays. Not only scoring it, but making the right pass at the right time. That's one thing with Cohen a lot of times goes unnoticed. The ability, the feel of the game to make the right pass at the right time that leads to a score. That's something you can't really teach. He's always had that as a player. But kudos to Cohen, how much he's improved this year, and really fun to watch.
And then the last guy that I want to touch base on real quick is number 20, Jake Olson. Jake started off the year really hot, kind of cooled off a little bit, but I feel like he's found his game.
Yeah, Jaker, you know, he's our 4th leading scorer.
Yeah, just under 10.
And going into the year, you're probably thinking he's slotted in at being our 2nd leading scorer. And Jake went through a struggle. Let's not sugarcoat it. He was struggling, and Jake had lost a lot of confidence on the basketball court. And he has found it again where you can just tell he's playing and shooting in rhythm now. He's a competitor. And you can't leave him. I think every coach in the state knows that scouting report, you can't leave him because he's going to make you pay. But it's just good to see him stroking it with a better confidence level. And we knew it was a matter of time. We were just hoping we'd get it going here, and we have now down the stretch.
So speaking of Jake, who do you got for your impact players for Watertown tonight?
You know, it's really hard to say. We're going to have to be really good on all facets of the game. And my biggest thing right away, can we defend and rebound with them? Because this is a different level of athleticism and strength, and they don't have to work all that hard to really out-rebound you and make it tough to score. I mean, you're going to have the usual suspects, but I think it's going to be guys like Will's going to have to come off the bench and give us some offense, because I think it's going to be hard to get a lot of good shots. So we need to do a great job on the defensive end that will lead. We run well now, Sam. I'm telling you,
we do.
When we get stopped, we get the ball out in a hurry. There's a play in Yankton, and I don't mean to get off topic.
No, you're good.
But there's a play where Jake gets a great rebound, goes after it. Before he lands on the ground, he hits the ground, and he's outletting it to Dylan, which is a great outlet. But Dylan's already moving up the court. So there's 2 guys that are already on the same page. It happened lightning fast, and then Dylan takes one dribble, throws it up to Mitch Olson, gets a layup, ball hit the floor once, but it all started with Jake's ability to give the quick outlet, point guard's ability to be going downhill early, and then the other coach is mad because we beat him down the court, right? But it takes that. It's not easy. That is not easy to do. We have that. It's that type of stuff. We need to create some buckets, I think, transition if we can, but Dylan's got to be good. Obviously, it's going to be everyone else having balanced scoring like we've done all year. Sam, if we move the ball, we're really good offensively. And I think everyone knows it, but we do it better than most teams, and we have to, because we're not going to individually just beat teams.
Right.
That's kind of what's fun about watching this team at times. It's also a reason sometimes we go in a quarter lull where we have a hard time scoring as well.
Look for Van Brockern and Merriman, excuse me. Look for those two guys from Harrisburg to be big contributors, as you see there. Rodden and Beauchamp for the Arrows, and we're going to call Van Brockern and Merriman quite a bit from Harrisburg tonight. Buckle in, folks, because we are in for a treat. This is going to be a great game between two very hot basketball teams right now, all leading up to what everybody's playing for, which is the state tournament. But before you can get to the state tournament, you got to get to the Sodak 16.
Yeah, as we got the standings up here, this is as it sits right now, and there's going to be movement.
Yep.
You nor I are smart enough to know what that movement's going to be. The big thing that I think we're waiting on probably is what happens with Lincoln and Washington out playing Stevens and Central this weekend. They're going to be playing tonight and then tomorrow afternoon. So you really won't know what's going to happen until tomorrow late afternoon, and then it's go time. And the nice thing is, by us winning the 3 games here, our last 4 games, we have put ourselves in a position to host a game for Sodak 16. It's been a while, and it's hard to do. And at one point in the season, we did not think we would be hosting a basketball game. So kudos to the Arrows getting themselves in that situation. But that means nothing unless you're ready to go and get yourself to a state tournament by playing good basketball. So it's going to be interesting what happens here tonight and then into tomorrow to see who we match up with.
Yeah, you know, the good news is like you said, I mean, we could try to predict standings and what's going to happen. Well, here's what we know for sure is that next week, Saturday, March 2nd, we're going to have a game here.
Here's the deal. Last year, the Arrow girls had a playing game, and you were probably here, Sam. I don't know.
Actually,
maybe you were on the call.
I wasn't, but my girls were in Florida watching it on Arrow TV.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyway, my point is, it was a great atmosphere.
Yeah,
It was one of the few times in recent memory that the arena was loud.
Yes.
And was a home advantage. And we all know, we love the arena, but we got to get people here. So as good as Sam Mooney is, as good as our production is at Arrow TV, we honestly implore you, while we appreciate everyone's viewership, if you have the ability to be in the seats,
get here.
We really, these boys deserve butts in the seats.
And here's the thing with Arrow TV, like you said, Brian, I couldn't agree with you more. The production's great. Everybody loves seeing the handsome Brian Norberg on camera. We all do. We appreciate it. However, this is on YouTube. You can go back and watch it.
Yeah,
we implore the community to come to this game on Saturday, March 2nd.
We really need to get, and here's the deal. So there's some groups of individuals in town, businesses that have already gotten together. There's going to be free tickets for the students at the middle school and the high school.
Nice.
And essentially, we'll come out, you'll be listening on the radio and whatever, but basically any kid will get free admission into the arena for that game. So
incredible.
Money is not an issue.
Fantastic.
That's the community backing these guys and the program. But high school kids, middle school kids, they'll be able to get tickets earlier in the week. That will be a different color. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to happen, but then they're going to be able to get into the game for free. And that's compliments of some individuals who will recognize at the time that helped out with that, and I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a phenomenal idea. You know, there is plenty of seats in this arena. Let's get them filled, because Saturday, March 2nd is going to be a historic night for the Watertown Arrows and for this basketball team. We're going to take a quick pause, turn it over to the legendary Mark Bellum. He's going to get us kicked off with the greatest song ever composed, and then we'll be back after the starting 5.
Tonight we are pleased to welcome our guests, the players, coaches, and fans from Harrisburg. Officials for tonight are Jason Kono, Steve Sheffield, and Matt Caldwell. Positive treatment of these officials will be expected at all times. Failure to do so could result in removal from the event. Athletic training services and care of our athletes are provided by First, let's meet our Arrow cheerleaders. Natalie Benson, Annabelle Brendan, Kendra Ruffles, Brooklyn Dahl, Shane Hoffman, Lauren Keller, Mackenzie Lewis, Kaylin Nordquist, Cameron Nordquist, Adrian Schultz. Arrow cheerleading advisor is Valerie Hoffman. And now your starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the Harrisburg Tigers. Number 1 is the 5'11" junior guard, Braden Feldy. Number 11 is the 6'3" senior guard, Braden Van Hockern. Number 20 is 6'3" senior forward, Matt Platt. Number 24 is the 6'4" senior guard, Jacoby Merman. And number 33 is 6'6" senior forward, Camden Phipps. Assistant coaches, Dave Knorr, Andy Kleinjohn, Darren Donnelly, Greg Hammerquist, and Tara Fujimori. Head coach of the Tigers, Scott Langround.
Brian, there's good energy in the building tonight.
Yeah, kind of late arriving crowd. I was a little worried there during the senior night, but yeah, nice crowd filling in on a Friday night in Watertown.
Good energy here tonight. Yeah, the Civic Arena is not plump full, but there's plenty here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Kudos to Ryan Remmers and the crew there for the pregame highlights and graphics that make our job real easy, and for great viewing pleasure there. That was pretty cool. They did a great job of that.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. All right, let's get to basketball here. Norberg jumping for the Arrows is number 5, Caden Beauchamp, and the Arrows are going to control the tip, and we are underway. And buckle in, folks, because this is going to be a fantastic basketball game tonight.
Yeah, a little man-to-man here by the Tigers, which we'll see mainly. We didn't talk about number 1, Feldy, a lot, but heady point guard that doesn't score a lot, but he runs the show, has a great feel, great vision, and a really good on-ball defender.
Yeah, excellent passer from Feldy, right?
Feldy, yeah.
Yeah, Feldy, yeah, excellent passer too, and like you said, I mean, he really facilitates the basketball well, and he's kind of the unsung hero of this offense, as we're going to see the big man take his first 3. Good job by Jake boxing out. Jake maybe get away with a travel there?
No, not Jake. He wouldn't travel. But great. You know, if we're going to pick our poison, we'll have we'll accept Phipps' take. Not that he can't make that shot, but we can at least contest that shot.
Talked about it earlier you're good. Talked about it earlier in the broadcast. I mean, Phipps can hit out there, 32% out there. And just like that, Harrisburg is on the board with their first 2.
Merriman, really good handles. You got to recognize he's better going left than he is right, but easier said than done there when he puts it on the floor.
how deep is Harrisburg? We didn't talk a whole lot about that.
Their JV team is as good as we played all year, and they'll play up to 9 guys, and they're not bringing guys off the bench. They can't help them. I mean, they can all play.
Jake gets on the board with his first green bean of the night as he bangs one home in the corner. 3-2 Arrows lead. Going back to that JV game, boy, that Harrisburg JV team was pretty impressive.
Yeah, they're really good, and the sophomore team as well. So a lot of talent down there, no question about it. You got Van Bacheren from 3. The challenge tonight, and we have Jake with a good look there, is not getting into the mode where the 3's the only look we're getting. We still got to try to mix it up, but again, Harrisburg is going to make that difficult for us as well. They just have a lot of length out there, Sam.
What do you credit the overall success of the Harrisburg program to? I mean, what's the culture like down there to where, you know, there's very good on all levels?
Well, to be honest, we all know Harrisburg, the amount of growth down in Harrisburg, just population, demographics. I'm going to just tell you, you walk around at a Harrisburg game and all their parents are taller than our parents, Sam. Not near as good as looking as us, but
something in the water down there?
Yeah, no, just a lot of really good athletes in Harrisburg. Great school district. Everyone knows that. And yeah, they've done a great job with a lot of really good players.
What's the call here?
We got a 3-second, a phantom 3-second call by Cadwell. Cadwell, I know Matt does a great job refereeing, so if we can give him a hard time, we will. I don't know, must have just been in the lane. I think Caden must have just been in the lane too long.
And speaking of Caden, he's going to have his hands full tonight as he's going to be going up against the 6'6" Phipps all night,
there.
and then then Plack goes ahead and as soon as Jake comes over with the double team, Plack just hits the wide open 3.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere. You're gonna start with Merriman and Van Bacheren, and if Plack's gonna get 15 on us to 20, then okay, right? As long as we can limit their leading scorers. So we don't want to give up any wide open 3s like that, but he has the ability to hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Arrows on defense, I mean, what do you do when they get the 6'6" senior forward down that low in the post on our 6'3" Caden Beauchamp?
Yeah, they're going to cause matchup problems for a lot of teams this year. There's not a lot of them that can match up.
Caden had a good look there. Just mishandled the ball.
But all year we've done a pretty good job of, when we've had some size disadvantage down low, we've done a good job of not letting it kill us. And we do that together.
You know, we've seen that 3 in that corner now 3 different times from 3 different guys. Talk to me about that play as number 1 Feldy gets in there. Is that the same play 3 times by 3 different guys?
No, just where the ball ended up.
Okay.
Yeah, Will drawing a foul here, and that's what we like to see, a little attack there. Let's not live on the 3-point line. Let's get to the free throw line. It's a great way to get some points.
Well, the other thing
by Will.
I really appreciate what Will did right there too, because the other thing that that we talk about is he gets to the free throw line. Obviously, there's a foul called there, and if we can get some of these starters in foul trouble, that's not going to hurt us long term.
No, definitely not, and they're not going to fill in with another Van Bacheren or a Merriman out there, but they're going to fill in with some really good players off the bench as well. So they're deep. Never hurts to get them in foul trouble, and we can do that by attacking a little bit.
Kingstrom hits the first and misses the second. 7-4 Tigers.
Yeah, Bisker and Olsen checked into the game here.
They're going to go right underneath, and the double team comes again, and this time Jake's going to foul. Arrow's bench is a little more full tonight than it has been in previous nights. Looks like they added to the squad.
Well, we had a bunch of sophomores that play sophomore and JV, so they use up their quarters, but they practice with the guys all week, all year. And so I think a few games ago, Pat started dressing some of the sophomores that practice with the varsity all year. So give them a little experience in the locker room.
Mitch is going to get a foul there as he was on Phipps. I think the Phipps kid he's going to be a problem.
Number 2 on Mitch. I know down at Huron he got 2 quick ones on Elwine. He gets 2 quick ones on Phipps. And Mitch has 5 to give here. Let's be honest. But he's got to do a good job of just trying to be physical without fouling.
Yeah, Phipps goes to the line there and he gets an easy 2. Phipps is going to be a problem for us tonight. Yeah. He's big, he's strong, he's got good footwork. Good job by Ray in there. draws the foul on Phipps, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good job by Rabine taking advantage of the mismatch and kind of blowing by him and then getting the foul.
Coach Langrock might be having a conversation with Phipps right there to close out according to the player there, as you're not going to probably close out on Marcus on a hard closeout. You're going to close out soft. But Phipps got up in the air. Marcus did a good job taking advantage of it.
Yeah, good job by Rabine there. Doesn't get any points on it, but draws a foul, and then the big man goes to the bench for a breather. Will's being pretty aggressive as he's attacked the basket twice now. Good look there.
Good take by Al. Oh, thought maybe got hit.
Yeah, I thought maybe he got hit too. I think he did too, but no call. Good closeout defense there by Cohen.
Yeah, and that'd be an example of closing out hard on a shooter there. Cohen knows Van Bakeren, especially in the corner. You can't let him get an open look. So, boy, letting some things go. Coach McClellan's not too pleased with that.
3 minutes left in the first quarter. Arrows trailing by 5 by a score of 9-4. Arrows have the 1 3-point basket by Jake in the corner, and then a free throw as Engstrom goes up for his first green bean of the day right in front of the Harrisburg bench. Trims the lead to 2, 9-7 Harrisburg lead. Diane Rodden chimes in. She says Dillon's Indiana fans checking in.
Yeah.
Let's go Arrows.
Diane, nice to hear from you again.
Cohen attacks the basket. He's going to get fouled. That foul's going to go to Maddox Plack.
Nice little run here by the Arrows answering. And again, like we talked about in the pregame, transition's our friend. We like to get out, and we do a good job in transition.
It's important for the Arrows not to let this one get away early. Stay in it, stay in it, stay in it. Game of ebbs and flows like we've talked about all season.
Here's the deal. Harrisburg's got I think it's a Saturday afternoon game now tomorrow down at Brandon Valley. So we would love it if Harrisburg's kind of looking ahead to that matchup, because that's a heavyweight matchup. You have two of the better looking assistant coaches in Andy Kleinjohn and Tim Siliuson down there. Kleinjohn here tonight for the Tigers, and of course everyone knows Coach Siliuson down there. And a good over the top look by Merriman. That's why Merriman never feels. I mean, he just does things so smooth.
And we just forgot about him down there. We were kind of really concerned about the perimeter there, and just he slipped underneath.
Yeah, they bring in another big fella. I think he's 6'7". I believe maybe a sophomore, or no. Harrisburg always likes to make the numbers hard to see.
Yeah, we're looking at that 30. I think that's is that number 52 Stellan Larson, or is that 23 Aiden Costain?
I think that's Costain.
Yeah, it's Costain.
That's Costain.
Yeah, he's a 6'7" junior forward.
Yep. Yeah, good-looking kid. Dillon had a little trouble there. Just got it off a dribble. That one too deep.
11-9 Harrisburg with just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Arrows doing pretty well defensively right now. Not shooting terrible. Had a nice little run there after being down early.
Yeah, Feldy comes off those ball screens. Always head is up. Sees the court. Always under control.
Torgerson's going to bring the ball up quick. Haven't called Rodden's name yet in the first quarter. If you're Harrisburg, you're not mad about that, are you?
Yeah, no, and I know they have Feldy on him. And what's the game plan by everyone? They're gonna try to make Dillon work hard for everything, and in a lot of cases take the ball away from him early in the offense and make it hard for the rest of us to get it back to him. We just can't get one-dimensional where we just count on him.
Yeah, and I think we've done a good job this year of not doing that, not getting one-dimensional. And at one point we had 5 guys that were averaging 10 points a game.
Yeah, it's hard to say that you just have to stop one individual. We've got 3 average double figures, and Jake's at 9. So.
Offensive rebound brought down by the 6'7", number 23, and that's Aiden Costain again. Maybe could have got a push off there, but nothing called. And like you said it earlier, I mean, they're letting them play. You go for a 2-for-1 here, Brian?
Yeah, probably not enough.
Beauchamp gets a shot at a wide open, but shot clock's off, and that's going to go to the Harrisburg Tigers. So you would think they would close this one out, no?
Yeah, they're going to hold for 1, I would guess, unless they get a layup or turn it over.
Got an opportunity there. 15 seconds left here as Harrisburg's holding on for one last shot, clinging to 11-9 lead as the first quarter winds down to an end here.
Good job by Caden.
Great defense there by Beauchamp.
Oh.
Hey, there's the turnover that you talked about. It's going to leave 1.6 seconds left. We saw it last night. Addie Johnston banged home a half quarter. Maybe we get one here.
Yeah, Addie from deep. Kind of acted like she meant to do it.
It's almost like she's done it before, like she practiced it.
I tell you what, her brother Parker would have loved to do that.
Rodden throws that full quarter. Nothing but backward. That's the end of the first quarter. Harrisburg Tigers lead your Watertown Arrows 11-9. We're going to take a quick 60-second timeout. This time brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. Okay, Brian, if I told you at the end of the first quarter that that we would be down 11-9, you're okay with that?
Yeah, if I'm Coach McClemens, I'm taking it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good quarter. They got a what, 9-2?
Yeah, started off 9-2.
Yeah, so kind of finished the last 4 minutes of that. We've had some good opportunities on the offensive end, and defensively, I think we've been active. So. Yeah, I have to say you're probably a little frustrated if you're Coach Langrock right now, just because they kind of got out of rhythm offensively. Where early I thought they were in pretty good rhythm, but they kind of got away from what their advantage is.
Arrow's got a couple of good looks in that corner here on our side, and Jake banged home the first one, and we missed a couple of good ones after that. You know, we hit one or two of those. You know, completely different in the game. But if you're Coach McClemens, I think you're happy with those looks, right? Because they're open. They're not forcing anything.
No, absolutely. There's Costain again there. Oh yeah, I think it was Costain.
Yep,
Mark Billum had the wrong.
Yep, that was Costain. Turnover here by the Arrows. Good job there on Harrisburg, and that's help me, Braden Van
Bakkeren. Yep.
Van Bakkeren there. Just like that, it was 11-9 after the first, and Harrisburg jumps out with 4 unanswered right away.
We get a quick one, and then we have a quick turnover. And
yep.
It can happen in a hurry with Harrisburg. There's no question about it.
Spurtability.
They have spurtability, Sam. They definitely do.
They do have spurtability. Arrows being patient here, looking for something to pop open as Rodden takes his first. Rims around the cylinder and bounces out into Harrisburg's hands. 15-9 Harrisburg. Good step back there. I do appreciate that one goes off the head of the Harrisburg player. I do appreciate Harrisburg's patience and how disciplined they are in their offense.
Yeah, they have at times, you know, all 5 guys on the court that can hurt you in a bunch of different ways. Right now we have 2 of the guys that were in earlier this evening in the JV game into the game. And they just have a lot of different ways to hurt you. They can hurt you down low. They can hurt you on the perimeter. But really, we're doing a nice job early on both Merriman and Van Bakkeren. But at times, other teams have figured out that's not enough.
Great defense there by Rodden as he gets the swat. Good box out there, allowing Beauchamp to come in and get the rebound. I think it's clear what Harrisburg is trying to do defensively, or excuse me, when they're on offense. They're attacking the paint.
Yeah, they're going to try to attack us in the paint where they have an advantage.
Dylan Rodden gets his first green bean of the game, and that takes closes the gap from 15 to 12. Harrisburg's going to try to answer back, and they do with the 3 from Van Bakkeren.
Yeah, you can't let him breathe. B's got a quick release there. And again, it doesn't matter if it was 25 or 20. He can shoot it.
Engstrom's going to get an opportunity to go to the line after he's fouled. That's going to be Harrisburg's first team foul of the quarter. 18-12 Arrows.
Yeah, we got Nolan Knoll in the game. Nolan Knoll. K-N-U-L-L. But yeah, an individual checked in here along with a couple others that played earlier. Getting Feldy checking back in there. Beauchamp out, Rabine back in.
So resetting the court for the Arrows, Engstrom, Rodden, Cohen Kranz, Marcus Rabine, and Jake Olson. 5 seniors.
So we haven't talked about Coach Langrock a lot down there on the Harrisburg bench. He, fun fact, coached with my brother in Chester back in the Chester days. And
Win a state championship there?
Yeah, I think he was on staff. Yes, I don't. Yeah, he coached with Brent, and then he has now been at Harrisburg. Well, then he's the head coach at Chester. He's been at Harrisburg for a long time now. He's getting old like you and me, Sam.
Well, he's still down there doing it. That's turnover here by the Arrows on a pass that just gets away from
we
Rodden.
can't afford to have the empty possessions there. We've already had a couple of them this quarter. So you can't afford it. Harrisburg's too good. Got to take care of. Jake just wasn't looking.
Yeah, and then you see it again.
Oh, you traveled. First there's a moving screen up top, and then you travel. We didn't get either of them. I'm kind of. We're at the point we're going to get after Cadwell here.
A little spicy?
Well, no, not at all. But I thought we could have had either of those calls. Apparently he's not an Arrow fan. I don't know.
Great design there, and
a little slip.
Yeah, and execution, and that's number 3, Alex Smith, not to be confused with the quarterback. Arrows had a good opportunity to answer back there right away, and
yeah, you just got to be careful. You go in these lulls against Harrisburg, and an 8-point lead turns into a 20-point lead in a hurry. You just got to keep the pressure on them on the offensive end.
Harrisburg bench is pretty animated too, as their bench is pretty full and really into this game too. This is a big game for them. I mean, they could consider this a trap game as they look forward to tomorrow. Yeah, going to get a foul on Rabine there, and I know Rabine's not really happy with it, but looked like a foul from here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was complaining about when he extended his arm. Yeah, that was a kind of a no-brainer there, but he's always going to be a physical player, and once he extended, it was obvious. Feldy did a good job of acting as well, not in a bad way, but.
Yeah, I mean, there was I think when Marcus watches that one back, he's gonna. And maybe we got another one there as Cohen climbed the back.
I guess you can hop on the guy's back as long as he makes a layup, no call.
Bisker wide open for a 3, and he draws the back of the iron. Great play there on Harrisburg. Can't tell that.
That was Van Bachner.
Yeah, Van
Good hustle
Bachner.
by Braden there. So we're in a little danger zone here. Sam, it's been a while since we've scored. Like I said, they put so much pressure on you when you're on the defensive end that you got to be careful. We can't afford to go in a lull of too many minutes without scoring baskets.
Well, we're at the halfway point of the quarter, and we have yet to score a field goal this quarter. We've got the 1 point coming off of a free throw.
You can just sense they're getting pretty comfortable.
Yeah, good attacking of the basket there that time by Jacoby Merrim. They're going to take a timeout on the court. We're going to take a quick timeout with them. 30-second timeout brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. All right, and we are back after the timeout. Good timeout there by Coach McClemens, no?
Yeah, you gotta sense it getting away a little bit from you there. So call timeout, regroup, get them out of the rhythm. But they came out here for the most part in the second quarter, a little more intensity level on Harrisburg's end. So we got to match it. We got to match it. We just in one of those lulls right now where we've had a lot of empty possessions.
I think this is an important possession here after the timeout. We need to get some points on the board, no matter where it comes from. What's that foul, Brian?
I have no idea. I've actually been confused by 3 of this guy's calls. I don't know where the foul is. Take a look again.
Was it on Jake?
He called Jake 5 seconds later, or I'm pretty sure he made that one up. Coach Mack showing good restraint.
I don't know how much longer the restraint can be had up here.
That one's got to be one then. Our guy didn't call it though down on the baseline, did he? They're doing a nice job, Sam. With some top ball screens, where it's really hard when you have good guards coming off ball screens with guys that are rolling the basketball or rolling the basket as big and skilled as they have. It just seems like they're doing a lot with that ball screen action. That's a pretty tough cover for us right now.
Yeah, really great defense there by Harrisburg, and they're going to say that Rodden stepped out. That is a phenomenal defense by number 1, Feldy.
Yeah, Feldy is being physical with him, and the ref let that one go. Could have maybe made the argument we had a little push with the body, but this time of the year you got to be tough.
Yeah, and then this time he's gonna.
Oh boy.
Where's this foul? Oh boy, Coach McClemens is not happy.
The same call down there, more contact down there, and yeah. What were we saying about staying positive? I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, we're gonna continue to do our best, but yeah, boy, Coach McClemens is not happy, and where's Josh Mogg when you need him?
Well, we wouldn't need Mogg to chime in on that one. That was just a tough combination for the Arrows there.
25-12 Arrows. At the end of the first quarter, the score was 11-9.
Need a bucket, Sam.
Yeah, need one desperately here. Arrows being patient, moving the ball around, and if you're Harrisburg, you're going to allow that shot all day, right?
Yeah, just like I said, it was one of our concerns coming into it. I believe just you can go through stretches where they make things really hard to get easy looks. We haven't had a lot of easy ones in the second quarter, especially.
Yeah, and 2 more for Harrisburg.
Really nice drive by Braden. He's a call a red light guy out there that he can shoot it from anywhere, but then the ability to put it on the floor and attack.
And that's what Harrisburg is doing right now, is they're just attacking the paint. That's where a majority of their points are coming from. Our live stats aren't updating, so we can't give it to you, but I feel like an overwhelming majority of these points for Harrisburg have come underneath.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they've hit a couple threes, but on the other end, then we're settling, and that has to do with the fact they're really hard to score against right now. We're settling, and they're getting what they want.
Good defense there by both Rodden and Beauchamp. I think we need to set up a play here, no, Brian? Like, work the offense, get through it. The last couple of possessions, we've settled for deep contested threes.
Yeah, Harrisburg's done a good job. You can tell defensively they're locked in, they're in a stance, and there's just not a lot of cracks in that defense right now. But
well, look at the difference in the size of their guards versus our guards too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that we didn't really talk about. There's definitely a mismatch in size.
Yeah, they have good length across the board.
Yeah, they sure do. Let's go Arrows, cheering for Will in Wisconsin, and that I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But we appreciate you watching not only Will but the Arrows in Wisconsin, all the way from Wisconsin.
Will's got fans out in Wisconsin tonight too, huh?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Probably Packers fans. You know a thing or two about Packers fans.
That's got it. So minute left to go, Sam. Goal right here. Let's try to get it.
Got to get a field goal.
Maybe get a +4 here where we can gain 4 on them. 4-6 if we're lucky. Otherwise, you and me are going to have a lot to talk about here in the second half.
Well, we talked about it in the first quarter where they were getting good looks and they just weren't falling. In the second quarter, they're not getting good looks and they're still not falling.
Yeah, just all contested shots, mostly contested jumpers, where the other end they're able to get to the hoop. It's a nice move by Dylan.
Yeah, tough play there by Rodden as he gets on the board there with 2.
He's really good at keeping his feet, continuing that, holding on to that pivot foot and getting guys to jump. And he's gotten that shot 20 times this year.
See another mismatch here.
It's as good a match as we got. You know, Merriman just such a big guard.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like,
All right,
you get a travel
okay.
here. So there's that four.
Here we go. Let's see, maybe we get a bucket.
27-14. Arrows will presumably hold for one. 26.3 seconds left at the half. Rodden will take his time crossing the line.
So it's always kind of the conundrum. Even though you're down big, you still probably want to hold it for one, just to not allow them to get a bucket more than anything. We're going to take one pretty early here.
And Rodden buries a deep one.
Gotta stop the ball.
Yep. Give me a charge on that, you bet. Great job by Rodden standing in front of him and drawing the charge.
Yeah, that was a really good job by Dylan. It could have went the other way, and the crowd would have went nuts. But once Feldy, I mean, it was just a bang play, but Feldy extended a little bit. I thought Matt made the right call there. Of course.
Maybe dropped his shoulder a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I could see it either way on that one.
2.4. Rodden is going to not get the shot off. No foul called. Hey, 27-17.
Hey, we're down 10.
Yeah, we're down 10 at the half. We'll take it. We're going to take a 60-second timeout brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union. We'll come back on the other half. We'll wrap up the first half and talk about the second.
I'm Caden Beauchamp, and I'm a senior.
And I'm Marcus Rabine, and I'm a senior. Caden, would you rather be the funniest or the smartest person in the room?
I'd rather be the funniest because I'm not very smart. Okay. Marcus, would you rather be itchy or sticky forever?
Probably itchy if I had to choose one. Are you always slightly late or super early?
Slightly late. Marcus, are you a Swiftie or not?
No, definitely not. Is Bigfoot real?
Yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh. That feeling where you get like really tingly when people scratch different materials, that one gets me really bad. Be honest, are some babies just kind of ugly?
Yeah. What's your guilty pleasure?
Probably growing out the chest hair, you know. So if you're a pro wrestler, what's your walk-up song?
My Heart Will Go On.
Okay.
Do fish get thirsty?
Definitely not, because, you know, they breathe in water.
Where we're here to help you find the best deal in town. We have the largest truck inventory in Northeast South Dakota and the best selection of cars and SUVs too. You'll get the best price the first time and the best selection. So stop in today at Sharp Automotive Group.
I'm Jake Olson, I'm a senior. I'm Will Engstrom, I'm a senior.
Jake, would you rather lose all your money or all of your pictures?
All my pictures.
All right. Would you rather be really beautiful or really smart? Probably really smart. You have to give it up for 1 week. Your phone or showering? 1 week, no phone.
During basketball season, probably phone.
Fair enough. Be honest. Are some babies just kind of ugly?
Very.
Who's your celebrity crush? Celebrity crush. I don't got one. I'm going.
I'm gonna hold you to that answer.
No one. All right. Crop circles. Are they real or just hoaxes?
Probably real. I think aliens are probably real.
There you go.
What's your guilty pleasure?
Fortnite. OG Fortnite for sure.
I agree. Good talking to you.
Yep.
Okay, so resetting real quick. Arrows down 27-17 at half, but before we start talking about basketball, Brian, I want to talk a little bit on air about what we were just talking about off air. We talked about it a little bit in the pregame. Regardless of what happens tonight, the Arrows are going to host a SODAC 16 game here on Saturday in the Watertown Civic Arena. And there's nobody better maybe on this planet to convey to the listening crowd in the listening area how important it is to have this place packed for that game. Nobody better to explain that than you.
Well, one, we have an unbelievable facility to play high school basketball in, and this facility is a bigger than normal arena for high school basketball. And in the history of Watertown basketball, there's been periods where this building is full, and where you get 3,000 plus people in this arena. And here's the deal for these kids. It's a different day and age now, but the ability for people to come out and support a group of guys that have worked extremely hard, have really in a lot of ways surpassed some expectations this year, and have earned the right to be at home, which has been a long time, and not very consistently to be at home for the game that's going to get you to the state tournament. So whether it's back in the district region days or now when we have the Sodak 16, get out and support these guys. They're fun to watch, and they've worked extremely hard for it. We have a great community that supports Aero Athletics. There's no question about it. The kids are going to be there. A reminder that as we have a little viewpoint of the kids right there, some of the girls basketball players, they're looking forward to the postseason as well. But they're going to get in free. They're not going to, because their activity tickets don't work for this game, for this playing game. So thus the free tickets for the kids, thanks to a lot of community members and businesses that are going to help out with that, not only for high school but middle school as well. And hopefully they can bring the parents, and parents bringing elementary kids. I think there's some details to be worked out there, but hopefully we'll get those elementary kids. They make great noise. They're crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
And then hopefully they bring their parents. So it's just of course we have a vested interest, Sam. We love Aero basketball. We love Aero athletics, but whether it's a homecoming game out at the stadium in football where you have a packed stadium, or it's a district game, or a region game to get in to the state tournament at the arena. When we get people here, it's pretty special. So it'd be great to make it special again. I know there'll be a lot of things this week being said about it, and get out and support them.
Aero TV gets a lot of love, and rightfully so. I mean, Ryan Remmers and Austin Thompson and Cam Corey and the crew and everybody, we talk about it all the time, how great Aero TV is. But I want to be very clear with this, that Aero TV is a great alternate option in the event that you can't get to the arena. If you can get to the arena on Saturday, March 2nd at 7 o'clock tip-off, right? Then get to the arena.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get to the arena, because let me tell you what, we talk about the intro every week. It's great. It's hype. We talk about it all the time. But it's way better in person than it is on camera, right? Yeah. And we talk about how great these boys are and how great of basketball players they are. We see the 30-point performances from Rodden and the great defense by Beauchamp, and it's great to see on camera, but it's better in person. There is no substitute for live high school basketball at the Watertown Civic Arena.
So, no, you're right. And here's what's cool. Whether you're in Watertown or Mitchell or Brandon Valley or Harrisburg, what's really cool is how much we do support our kids and the youth, and there's a reason for it. But these kids work extremely hard to play in front of you, the fans, and that's a big part of it. It just makes it more special, and they've earned it, and Watertown does a great job of supporting them. So hope that everyone get out. No excuse, right?
Yep.
No excuse. It's not 20 below. You get to, maybe if you're lucky, see Sam Mooney in person. I don't know.
Who knows? Like, I mean, if you come up here to the Aero TV booth, and maybe you get a crisp high five from the legendary.
Hold on, Sam. Are we gonna
the legendary Hall of Fame?
Are we gonna open up that can of worms? I mean, we're gonna allow. I mean, where's security?
Hey,
hopefully our guy.
The last time we opened it up, Gary Weckworth came up here.
We're gonna let that happen again?
We got a visit. We got a visit today from a celebrity right away before the game started.
Yeah.
But we were too busy.
The first gentleman in South Dakota.
That's
Is that what they called Brian?
The first gentleman.
Yeah. He probably wanted on air. We were busy.
Yeah,
but, that's just the life we live here as big-time media members.
That's right. All joking aside, though, like, we really can't beat a dead horse enough. And get here on Saturday, March 2nd for the Sodak 16 game and watch these Watertown Aero boys compete for a chance at the state tournament, punch their ticket to the state tournament.
Hey,
and be a part of something special.
Quickly, can we get any info, maybe some shout-outs? How are the wrestlers doing today? We haven't talked about. They're down at state wrestling.
Yeah, that's a good call. They are down there.
I didn't hear how we finished the day up there. So if people are listening, maybe maybe give us a little little help
let
on the
us
wrestlers.
know how the Hanson kid's doing, and Micah Huck is there.
Yeah, we got Sloan.
Yeah.
We got Laura.
Sloan Johansson
right?
out there. Yeah, Laura.
Yeah, we got some wrestlers.
I wonder if the Miles, Mark and Jamie, if they could give us an update on how the boys are doing there.
Yeah, it'd be good to have a report. I see we got some girls basketball players in the second row, and they're going to be playing on Friday, I believe. They'll be more than likely on the road. I don't think we know exactly where yet, but they're going to be. Oh, we got the kiss cam back, Sam. Here
Careful,
we go.
careful.
She noticed.
Careful.
They're pretending to ignore it.
Careful.
They're pretending.
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, these guys were ready for kiss cam before it came
Who's
in.
on the kiss cam here?
There's ample opportunities.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Boom. Nailed it.
Boy, she went in.
They were ready. They were ready.
Well, they didn't even kiss, Sam.
Here we go.
Another one. All right, the Arsteds. The Arsteds, yeah.
Is that?
That's the Arsteds.
Is that Matt's?
Yeah, Matt's dad, parents. Yeah. Well, I hope it's his parents. I know it's his dad. I hope it's his mom.
Well, that's a spitting image of Matt down there. Boy, I haven't seen him in a long time.
There's Gus and Clancy, but and the Schweers, just totally oblivious. Oh, she knows, but
there you go.
We're not even on the kiss cam anymore.
No,
actually,
they're moving on.
No, just
they're
random.
moving on.
All right, good job,
Couple
staff.
shout outs here. Patricia Hoft. Sorry, Patricia, I'm sure I butchered that. She said, "Go Arrows, make those shots." And then Diane Rada comes back and says, "Wish we could be there in person, but appreciate that we can watch such a great broadcast." We understand
Diane,
that. She's in
well,
Indiana.
do we though, Sam? Diane, maybe let's hop in the vehicle. Let's make a road trip up to Watertown.
She said, "Y'all do a fantastic job with the broadcast. We'll be watching from Indiana on Saturday too." Diane, we appreciate you.
We'll give Diane a pass.
And then the legendary Paul Robson says, "What's up, boys? Watching with Jason Burkhart down in AZ."
Yeah, oh boy, down in Arizona. Hopefully the boys are getting some golf in down there.
We know they are.
Obviously expect Paul back on the arena on Saturday here in Watertown.
Yeah, well, he could be front and center here. You know, a legend like that, we expect him to come back and make the trip. Rodden comes up just short. Is he limping there, Brian?
No, things hurt worse when you miss a shot. He's okay, I believe.
Fair enough. I mean, you would definitely know better than anybody in the amount of shots that you missed in your career.
So, yeah, absolutely. It'd be interesting to see if we come out and do anything different defensively. I'm not advocating one way or another on it. I'd just be interested to do, you know, there's been at times this year we have jumped zone, very hard team to zone, but when they go on, you know, when they get into rhythm again, just to mix it up a little bit, but a couple tough early possessions that we just can't have them.
They're just, I mean, Harrisburg is big, they're strong, they're physical, they're lengthy, their guards are bigger than our tallest guys, and you know, and give credit to Harrisburg. I mean, they're playing good basketball, and then we get Phipps back, and he hurt us early, and then he just wasn't around.
We were talking about that. He disappeared a little bit, but and I don't. Maybe we were talking and didn't pay attention, got in foul trouble. I don't know, but you know. Third quarter, Sam, we have not come out with great intensity. We just haven't. And right here again, our first 2-3 possessions now, I just don't, you know, we don't see the intensity that we have in other quarters. The third quarter to start, we just, whatever reason, we just don't come out very strong.
Boy, Beauchamp is really battling hard down there against Phipps, and
I honestly feel
I'm not sure where that foul was either.
That one he pushed off a little bit. I mean, when you shoot from the corner, it's something like 70 to 80% of the shots are going to go long. But he had his arm, and sometimes it's a benefit to be the smaller guy because you kind of get that call.
Sure.
Against a bigger guy. And
sure.
I think Phipps might have a case to.
I don't know.
He might have a case there.
There's a few, Brian, that I've left wondering.
There you go, Cohen.
Hey, Cohen Kranz with the green bean in the corner. You can see Arrows on the board, 29-20. Arrows get the lead under 10.
Automatic. Can't get two hands on him. Feldy's quick. He's quick. Interesting story when he's not a freshman, probably 7th, 8th grade year, maybe in his freshman year, had a bad back. So as a young kid, had a really bad back. And good to see him out here playing and healthy here the last couple of years, because he really battled it for a while. So I think his dad's a Mitchell origin. Probably played on some Gary Munson teams back in the day. I won't say what decade to make him feel old or young.
Yeah, it is. I mean, and he's a fun basketball player to watch. You know, we talked about how good Harrisburg's basketball team is and the culture there. I mean, their football program is pretty good too.
Yeah, Brandon White, Chester Flyer, former Chester Flyer. my brother, Coach Brandon White. Now he played at USD, played football, does a great job.
Titan Tryon's a big name down there in Harrisburg, a fun wide receiver to watch. His dad is an incredible person, 10 out of 10 person. Shout out to Todd.
Is he going to Augie?
Titan? Yeah.
Or at Augie?
Yeah, I think he committed.
Or no, he's a senior. He's a senior too.
Yeah, but I think
committed to Augie?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yep. And Todd or Titan would know that better than I do. But Titan, geez, that kid, he's pretty good guy, pretty fun football player to watch.
Yeah, he was a hooper growing up too. Just a good athlete.
Yeah. Well, his dad, phenomenal athlete.
A couple good takes by Dylan, a little short. I don't mind the look there. Try to keep Feldy from going downhill early. They're hard enough to guard. We just can't get at disadvantage early each possession defensively.
Arrow's doing a good job of switching off and making it a little tougher here for Harrisburg. That's a contested 3, but right back at him, fortuitous bounce.
There's your, oh, there he is.
Great pass, get up in there.
Oh, that was a beautiful
Great pass. Great shot by Jake.
That's a good finish.
That was a phenomenal finish.
It was just a really good play. A great pass by Cohen, a great catch and finish by old Jake there.
Maybe we can take some of that momentum and swing the pendulum, so to speak, in our way.
I mean, just slowly we're hanging around. There it is. Great replay there by the crew. You know, it felt like just a bit ago we were down 18, whatever it was, 14. What's the worst it got there? 28-14 at one point, I think. But yeah, here we are sitting at down 7, and just got to keep it going. Oh, okay. Here's the deal.
Yeah, talk to me about
Here's
that
the deal.
one.
It's not a block. It's not. It surprised, I think, Matt there, the ref. I think it surprised. So we flopped, right? So if you're in the college game or NBA, you're going to get called for a flop there. I don't think they have that in high school, but because of it, he traveled, and we get called for a block. Well, one thing it's not is a block.
Right, agreed.
But it should either been a travel or nothing. But then once he fell over travel, I think we got the block call there, and that's a tough one.
Yeah, agreed. That's a tough call. I think that's pretty good defense there by Beauchamp. And like you said, I agree. I mean, either nothing or travel.
Yeah, I felt he traveled. Plaque, you know, hit one early. It's a nice screen and roll. Oh, he's going to call it on the ground. Good gracious. Excuse my terrible language.
See a replay here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, they're going to get him to the line.
Magic of replay. Sometimes it.
Patricia Hogforce Heidenreich says, come on, Arrow's defense, and grab some buckets. And appreciate you watching, Patricia, and I'm sure I butchered that name. Also, Brian, I'm told that Lincoln Scott hit a baseball full-court bank shot in the freshman win today.
Oh, Lincoln was my neighbor. Of course he did.
I tell you what.
Absolutely.
Lincoln Scott, man, you just watch.
You're going to be calling his name on the football field.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is one kid that I am excited for.
I do what I can as a neighbor.
Please do.
In line.
6-point lead here by Harrisburg as it draws the back of the iron. Great rebound by Cohen.
Yeah.
Does a good job of corralling that one. Ooh, I think Caden thought better of it. Rada did a good job of going up and getting it.
Kind of an interesting time right here. Braden misses a wide open 3, which
Get in there, Jake.
A lot of. Just hanging around, Sam.
Fortunate there.
And with it, now we're playing a little different pace. Will just gets too deep.
Yeah, geez, and Braden just sticks his paw up there and gets the steal.
It's something impressive. Two things that I haven't seen Harrisburg in person this year. I watched a little bit of film on them, not enough, but I've been impressed with how Feldy gets downhill and gets in the paint. I think it's an underrated portion of their offense. And then Van Bakkeren's growth as a player, not just being a shooter, but his ability to attack the rim as well. And we've done a good job of Merriman. I mean, he's a heck of a player, but you just feel like there's a 10-point flurry coming out of him at any time. That's the threat he has. And so we've done a pretty good job in those facets.
You know, and going back to Cam Phipps, number 33, we talked about how he kind of hurt us in the beginning, and then we didn't see him much. There's a little bit of a limp on him, so I wonder if he's not just banged up a little bit.
He did get hurt a little bit on the on that block call where he went to the ground. You know, he goes out and they bring in Costain, who was very effective for him in the first half. So they just reload with another really strong, athletic dude there in the post. So we got Mitch in the game here. Olsen had 2 early ones, but he'll match up, has a few fouls to give.
That was pretty impressive from Feldy there. Just attacks the basket and at the last second dishes off for a wide open look. Fortunate for the Arrows that shot was missed.
Tell the ball movement's a little bit better. We're just moving at a quicker pace offensively.
Resetting the court for the Arrows. Got Mitch and Bisker.
We got a lot of offense sitting on the bench right now.
Yeah, they're going to have to create some opportunities here. There you go. Good job by Will. That's a great move there by Will to draw the foul.
He did a good job drawing the foul, and Merriman's frustrated. Coach Langeron's frustrated. The moment Merriman jumped, so he did a great job. He walled up. He's straight up and down. He walled up. But once he jumped, he allowed at least himself to be susceptible for the foul. So obviously we're a little slanted on our viewpoint. But once he left the floor, now it's up to the ref to make that call or not make it. If he stays on the ground, then it's not a foul.
Yeah, and if you're the Harrisburg defender there, Jacoby Merriman, you're a little frustrated, right? He didn't leave his feet. I mean, he left his feet originally, but then the shot came afterwards.
Yeah, that's a tough call if you're Jacoby right now.
Nick Westphalen says, watching all the way down in Sioux Falls. Let's go Arrows. Appreciate you watching. Watching Nick. And then Karen Alex says, thanks for the broadcast. You guys are doing a great job. Go Tigers. Appreciate you watching and supporting not only the Tigers, but the Arrow broadcast. Going to get a follow there on Bisker.
Good to hear. We got a timeout here. We got to pay the bills, or we get to keep talking?
You know, I think there's enough to talk about, so let's talk.
Yeah, well, I don't want us to go broke if we got to pay the bills at break, you know.
Last time I know,
got to keep the doors open at Dakota Land.
The check is going to clear, so I think we're going to be okay.
Well, it's funny. Nick Westphalen down in Sioux Falls, former Lincoln Patriot. I think he was in the band. Probably an outstanding band member, but married to my niece, Abby Davis.
Okay.
And so it's nice to see that Abby is making Nick watch basketball tonight with the kids.
Fantastic. You know, one thing that we don't talk about a whole lot on here, I appreciate when the opposing team chimes in and we get to hear their viewpoint a little bit.
Yeah,
so
positive comments only, of course.
Yeah, and Karen comes in and she says, thanks for the broadcast. You guys are doing a great job. Go Tigers. We could appreciate that. I mean, she loves her team just as much as we love ours, right?
Yeah, for sure, Karen. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And, you know, while we have this timeout, anybody that's out there watching, listening, what have you, let us know where you're at, what you're doing, who you're supporting, where you're watching from. You know, tonight we've got shout-outs from Wisconsin, Sioux Falls, Arizona, Indiana.
Yeah.
You know, so
we get it from
not
all
too
over.
bad.
We should have kept track. See, by the end of the year, if we get all 50 states, maybe.
Hawaii would be tough.
I know someone in Hawaii right now.
Well,
my aunt's in Hawaii right now.
I got a buddy, Ben Jastrom, that travels to Hawaii a lot. You know, Hawaii may not be too hard. Maybe Alaska?
Maybe next year.
Yeah, well, we'll get a map of the United States and see if we can't knock them all off. That's a good idea. We got Pennsylvania taken care of. Kaden Mooney watches Arrow TV all the time with the beautiful Casey Lennon.
All right, so yeah, here we go.
6-point lead for the Tigers.
Let's close the quarter here, boys.
This would be an important part of the game, I feel like.
Thought we get a 5 call there. It's close. So here's our top ball screen that we haven't done a great job with. But wait.
Tough defense by Caden Beauchamp. Tough defense, but a great play by Jacoby. Not going to get to the line that time.
Yeah.
Will goes to the ground hard. Beauchamp cleans up the mess and gets the bucket, but.
So we're going to get a warning for tipping the ball. So we're going to get a warning. Touching the ball after. Well, when the ball goes in the basket and you tip the ball, they'll give you a warning. Next one's a technical. But
help me understand what happened, because I didn't see it.
So once we made it, you know, Beauchamp gets a layup. I don't know if it was Caden or if it was Will who got up, but the ball's right next to him, and he tipped it out of bounds into actually hit one of our cameras down there. Hopefully, first of all, hope our cameraman's okay.
Nice kick by Pele in the corner there.
And then the equipment is not damaged. But yeah, you can't do that. You got to leave it alone. And so the refs will always give you a warning. If it becomes a problem, they don't want to tee anyone up. It rarely happens, but that's the deal.
All right, fair enough. Travis John says, excellent broadcast. Go Tigers. Appreciate you watching, Travis.
We got some Harrisburg Tigers listening.
Hey, we'll take them. They got a great basketball team that they can be supportive and proud of. Hang on to it, Marcus. Good job.
Just kind of hanging around here, Sam. kind of doing it all right now with
Cohen in the corner for a big one, hits the side of the iron and chased down there by Braden.
Yeah, that one cuts it to a one-possession game if it goes in.
The beautiful Audrey Mooney is watching from home tonight.
Well, hello, Audrey. Thanks for listening.
Always a pleasure to see her.
We know we got one fan every night.
Yeah. God, I tell you what, are they gonna get Caden on a foul there?
Guy over there. It's our same guy.
Oh boy.
And it's late.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Let's see the replay here. Brian, you tell me. Did he get wrist there?
Brian's gonna stay positive right now.
Did he get? I mean, did he positively hit the wrist?
I'm gonna stay positive right now, and the ball, as the kids say, the
ball doesn't lie.
Ball don't lie. I don't know. I hate that saying, but I find myself thinking it. But yeah, that was a tough one. That was a tough. We've got a few tough ones out of the individual there on the sideline, but you know, we rise above the line, Sam, and keep it classy here on Arrow TV.
Costain hits 1 of 2, extending the lead 33-26.
So Phipps comes back in for Costain. They got a nice 1-2 punch there.
Oh boy, do they ever. Costain's tough. And not that Phipps isn't, but Costain's been pretty impressive tonight. Beauchamp's had his hands full on both sides there. Careful here. Hands up. Hands up. Get a charge there. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to belabor. It's just become one of those games, Sam, where there's been a lot of calls that are just tough on both sides. And I look at that one. I see it can go either way. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah.
Marcus,
his feet are moving.
Yeah, does he really beat him to the spot? No. Did he extend a little bit? Yes, but it's more so because of the momentum taken that way.
Yeah.
I think
I'm okay with it.
They will. Coach McClemens took off sprinting, but I can see why you're upset with it. It's a tough call, but probably the correct one.
I agree. I don't disagree with that one so much. I mean, it's tough.
But man, does Marion, when he gets his shoulder in, is he strong?
Yes, very. As evident by the 6'4".
He plays like a college kid already. Just the physicality part of it.
You know, and just like that, it's a 9-point game. I mean, we had it to what, 4?
Yeah, we had it down to 4 or 5. Yeah, we got to try to keep it in single digits here, give ourselves a chance here in the 4th.
Rodden's going to try to take this one into his own hands and buries a green bean.
That's when Rafeldi's looking like, what else do I do? That's just, you know, just like Mario shot earlier, sometimes better offense beats really good defense. As much as us coaches, when I did coach, loved defense, but sometimes just offense is better.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfect defense, and if you're Harrisburg, you'll take that, but geez, tough shot by Rodden. And I don't know if this is the point where Rodden's going to try to take this one over himself. 35-29, Arrows trailing.
Oh,
tough shot.
May got hit, too.
Tough shot by Jacoby.
May got hit. I think he got teed up, I believe, because he got hit on the arm, and he still made it, but I think they, yeah, I think and that's, I kind of actually hate to see that, because I think Jacoby did get hit. It still made it, and he made a motion that he slapped his arm, and he's not wrong. But I think our gentleman there is just having a tough night over there.
So talk to us about this for those of us that aren't near as intelligent or as handsome as you are. The technical foul comes, and then Coach McClemens can pick whoever he wants to shoot it.
Yeah, on that one, yeah. So if it was a flagrant foul on someone where we get to, it's the person that the flagrant foul was committed against. But yeah, that's on a technical. You get to pick. So we got .2 here. It's got to be a tip. Can't be a catch and shoot. They're gonna maybe, if you know,
maybe put some time back.
I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised if, because the ball goes in the basket, the clock's still running. It's got to be though on the whistle. When he whistled the technical, it should have stopped. Kind of a inexact science there. We could help them out with the monitors up here. They never come to us.
They never ask
help.
us. I'd love to see him run up the steps.
These guys, after we've been kind of hard on the rest tonight, they're not going to come to us. Shoot it. Nope. Got a tip.
37-31 at the end of 3. Arrows are going to go into the 4th quarter, trailing the Harrisburg Tigers by 6. We're going to take a quick timeout, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and we'll be back to wrap this one up. So at the end of the first quarter, the Arrows were trailing 11-9. At half, the Arrows were trailing 27-17. And here at the end of 3, the Arrows are trailing 37-31. You know, the Arrows are in a pretty good spot here. Fourth quarter, 8 minutes to go, down by 6. Anybody's ball game.
To your question after the first quarter, when you asked, would I take being down, what were we down 2 or 1?
11-9 at the first.
If you would have told me this morning that we'll be down 6 going to the fourth quarter and held them to 37, yeah, I would take it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You give us 1 quarter to try to outplay them and be in the game. I think sometimes as an underdog, that's all you can ask for. But we've struggled scoring it tonight, and not shocked there. They make it really hard for you to score. So see if we can put something together here. We're gonna have to get some stops, obviously, and I would expect Harrisburg to come out with some pretty aggressive offensive play here.
Kudos to Rodden for hitting both of the free throws on the technical foul, as Caden Beauchamp is doing a good job defensively. Jake does a good job of stepping in front of that one and causing the turnover. Kick it out, Dylan. Dylan kicks it out. Ingstrom's going to curl over, kick it to Cohen Krantz in the corner for a buried green feed right in the corner. Great shot.
Yeah, great find by Will. He was kind of caught and kicks it out to Cohen, wide open jumper there. So making it hard on the Tigers here.
37-34, Arrows trailing by 3. I don't believe the Arrows have had the lead the entire game. Great job by Cohen. Great job by Caden.
Oh, that's tough.
Can't just hang on to the ball enough there, but great defense by Cohen and by Caden. And hey, great job to Cam Fitz there to stick
Fitz
with.
stuck with it.
Susan Maroney asked what the technical foul was for.
Yeah, just he ran right to the ref, just slapped his arm, you know, mimicking that, not mimicking, but demonstrating that he had got hit on the arm. The ref didn't like it. Hold on, Will. Hold on, Will.
I thought Will was gonna.
Hold on, Willie.
Oh boy!
There's contact, Sam, but
yeah.
It was more of a bad pass than it was contact. So I think the ref let that one go.
Well, he was right on top of it.
Tell you what, Sam, put some stripes on you and me. Up here, put some stripes on.
Well, obviously we got a better angle here than they do there.
We got a great angle way up in the top row.
Yeah.
So we're dodging some bullets. 5-point game. And you want to get to a point maybe where Harrisburg gets a little tight. Maybe they're not expecting to be in this situation here at this point in the game. You know, that's what you hope, but they could also stretch it out to 15 here in a hurry.
How many close games have they been a part of? As Rodden takes one quick and just the front of the iron.
They're battle tested. There's no question about it, but they've been on a pretty good run here where they're winning comfortably. So, yeah, they got a bunch of winners on this team as well.
Oh, yeah, they know how to win. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
Tell you what, if Rodden hits that 3, this place goes nuts. I'd like to hear it.
So definitely a concerted effort to get the ball.
And then see here you see it here. That's the exact same thing that happened the last time Beauchamp falls, but this time.
And good no call.
Yep, I agree.
Just not enough contact.
Yeah, I agree.
Tried selling it. We just can't let Phipps get it that deep.
Yeah, and he's tough and physical.
Yeah.
Just like the Harrisburg team is. I mean, they're all tough and physical. This is a good basketball team. Rodden's gonna go for one and buries another green bean.
He just he gets in that rhythm where you can tell he's hunting shots, and if you give him a look like on that ball screen there or handoff, whatever it was, they messed up on the coverage, and you gave him a sliver and he took advantage for it.
I tell you what, the kids say that he's got ice in his veins. Dylan Rodden is cold-blooded right now.
So just a little handoff, and Phipps is late because Beauchamp's the one setting it, and he's late getting out to it. You just can't be. But you can just tell when he gets in, and a lot of times, Sam, it's been in the second half. It's been in the fourth quarter. He steps it up. The great ones, the winners do. They get better as everyone else maybe gets tired. He doesn't wear down a lot.
I think he's got 16. Our stats aren't accurate here on the board, but
my eyesight is failing me by the day, but
our arena boards are kind of flickering in and out. But I thought it said 16. I'm not sure how accurate that is. It sounds about right.
Yep, I would agree.
16 out of 37.
So Sam, we got a 4-point ball game.
Yes, sir.
5 minutes to go.
Yes, sir.
Arrows come out a little three-quarter court, a little soft, 2-2-1 zone, just to get him throw back and forth a little bit. Now got a matchup.
If the Arrows can get a stop here. Like I said, I don't think they've had the lead yet this game. Nope. But Harrisburg is definitely looking underneath, and there it is again.
Yeah, and kudos to Coach Langrock there, just recognizing, hey guys, calm down.
Yep.
Where do we need to get the ball? Let's get it down to where we have an advantage, and we haven't had an answer for it tonight.
Yeah, I mean they've been attacking the paint all night, and they've been consistent with it and steadfast with it, and rightfully so, right? I mean they've got a lot of size down there. Caden Beauchamp in the corner for three, just a little bit short.
Yeah, Caden can knock those down. He's done such a good job scoring around the basket. I think it used to be more of a bigger part of his game, and this year he's become so effective around the hoop. He has the ability.
It's definitely.
Yeah, it was off Harrisburg.
It was definitely off Harrisburg, right off of that young man's knee.
Yeah, we have the advantage of a little replay to see it, but some of those out of bounds calls are tough.
They're tough. It happens fast.
They just guess half the time. Firmly a believer in that.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach Brian Norbert.
The nice thing is I don't do it anymore. So.
Definitely not the broadcaster anymore.
Yeah.
Eve Langrock.
Eve Langrock, well, Coach Langrock's
Langreich, excuse me. She says, tell Brent, but I think she meant Brian.
Yeah.
Hi from his favorite Langrock. You guys do a great job. Thanks for the broadcast.
Well, what did we say last week with my brother in town? Every great coach and great man has an even better woman at home. Well, that's Eve for you, Eve Langrock, Coach Langrock's wife, holding the fort down.
Yeah, I appreciate Coach's wife jumping in and supporting. And the great Sam Mahold says, great broadcast, gentlemen. Appreciate you, Sam. 45-37. This one. Arrows are hanging on. A lot of game left.
Hanging on. Got to get some stops here. And
I feel like we've kind of lost a little bit of momentum here.
Yeah, a little bit. And credit to Harrisburg settling in and see what they go to Bambacher.
Hey, there you go. Jake with the great help defense. Cohen Kranz with great defense there.
A little clear out play, I think, for Braden.
Tough pass there. Great read by Cam Phipps to intercept that pass.
We've had probably 2 or 3 extra empty possessions or just kind of some unforced turnovers tonight than what we typically do. We've overall taken care of the ball well this year. Just can't have it when you're playing a team that's talented. It's a nice pass.
Yeah, it is a nice pass, and that's a good finish by Maddox Black.
Credit to the Merriman kid. He has not had his best offensive game overall tonight, probably. Looks like he has 10, but he doesn't force things. He finds guys that are open, and I think he's a kid that's perfectly happy with 10 assists and not leading him in scoring.
Yeah, and another turnover by the Arrows, 47-37 Tigers.
So we had it down to 4, Sam?
We had it down to 4. Yep.
See, we've got another run left in us here. They're gonna use some clock every possession at this point.
And really focusing on the size advantage underneath as Harrisburg extends the lead to 12. Just over 2 minutes left. The Arrows are gonna have to get a little aggressive here. Trying to make something happen.
Nice ball fake by Caden. Jake just went quiet for the majority of this game tonight. Just didn't get a lot of opportunity. And Jake knows it, but we got to have him, more involved, more consistently in a game like this.
Jake got us started with that corner 3.
Yeah.
And then been kind of quiet.
Yeah, just been quiet, yeah. And part of that is the defensive scout on him as well, and taking certain things away.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this Harrisburg Tigers basketball team is very talented, and Engstrom just gets a 3 that goes in and out. Jake does a good job of trying to save it, but right into the arms of Harrisburg.
I don't think you can go in any further without staying in.
Yeah, it's a good shot. This is a tough. The Tigers are a tough basketball team.
Yeah. So here's the deal. They're definitely approaching postseason as one of the favorites to win it. among some other really good teams.
Boy,
There's
tough shot by Jacoby.
If he goes left and can pull up, he's just so strong. Guys just fly off of him. But when you let him go left, and he's got a nice mid-range pull-up game there as well. We didn't really have to see how comfortable he is. I know he's shooting a really good percentage from three. He just didn't have to a lot tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Arrows are gonna, in all likelihood, drop this one as they're down 14 with under 60 seconds to go. But we saw some adversity, getting down 9 to 2, and then not scoring a lot of points in the second quarter. But this team has been resilient all year. At one point, we were down 14, 16, brought it back in within 4. I mean, we were right there. As we see Braden attack the line there attack the basket for 2 more. But we said it before, Brian. Like, neither one of us are huge fans of the moral victory. But the Arrow boys played really good tonight against a phenomenal basketball team.
Yeah, at times. I would say at times we were a little inconsistent. But here's the deal. Going into tonight, like you're saying, there's no moral victory. We've had a good enough season. We expect to go into battle to win a basketball game. We knew we would have to be outstanding tonight and maybe get a little help from the other team as well. And it wasn't a night that happened. But what I wanted to see is continue to do a lot of the things we've been doing this year to be successful. I think we did that in stretches. It just wasn't going to be enough against Harrisburg.
We are going to take a quick 60-second timeout here, brought to you by Dakota Land Federal Credit Union, and we'll come back to wrap this up.
I'm Cohen Kranz, I'm a senior.
I'm Peyton Bisker, and I'm a senior. Would you rather have an extra toe or an extra finger?
I'd have an extra finger. Would you rather visit the past or travel into the future?
I would definitely travel into the future. Is Bigfoot real?
Absolutely not. Your childhood dream, what was it?
A firefighter.
On a trip, do you plan everything or do you usually just wing it?
Oh, I just wing it. Be honest, are some babies kind of ugly?
Never. Would you rather study hard all semester or cram right before the test?
No, I definitely cram right before the test. Your life is a video game. What cheat code are you using?
I definitely have to use hacks. What are you really bad at?
Absolutely nothing. Are you always slightly late or super early?
I'm usually slightly late.
And we are back after a tough loss to the Harrisburg Tigers. Good basketball team. You had touched off camera a little bit, Brian, that by the season that the Arrows have had this year, they put themselves in a position to where they don't have to play a team like Harrisburg to advance to the state tournament.
Now we're in postseason, right? So you push the reset button. Here's the good thing. We don't have to find ourselves. We're not struggling. We played a really good basketball team tonight. We've had a good season to where you don't have to go to Harrisburg for the play-in game. Watertown over a lot of years had to go to some really good teams' home court to try to beat them to either stay alive or to get into a state tournament. We have had a good enough season to where you're going to get a home game against a very good team, mind you, but not a Harrisburg. And I think they're a tough matchup, not only for us, they're a tough matchup for anybody. And I know they go and play a really good and hot Brandon Valley team on Saturday. And tomorrow, I think they play in the afternoon, so they got a quick turnaround. But, yeah, where we put ourselves, it's exciting. It's exciting. We're coming off a loss. Back in the day when I'm a coach or you're in the middle of it, you're not as optimistic right after a loss as I am right now.
Sure.
But we get to sit in the cheap seats and talk about the game. And the reality of it is, we did what we needed, not what we needed to do, but we did some good things tonight to keep building on, to continue our momentum. because this doesn't take away from anything we've built right now. You know what I mean? It
Right.
doesn't take away at all the progress that this team has made throughout the year. So, and I'm sure Coach McClemens is hitting it home, and I guarantee Coach McClemens is moving on already
Yes.
from that game with the guys and
Well,
telling them, listen,
I-
we don't know who we're going to play, Sam. We don't know who we're going to play. We're pretty darn sure it's at home, and
100%
we'll
it'll
play
be at
anybody.
home.
But here's what we've done this year. Now, this is the goal.
Yep.
It's a one-game season now.
For sure. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot. I don't think we need to talk a whole lot about this game. We saw it. Arrows drop a tough one to a phenomenal basketball team. The little time that we have left, I'm going to beat a dead horse again.
Okay, this poor horse.
Yeah, this horse is.
But it's a horse worth beating.
Yes. Brian and I are imploring the community, and Ryan, if you're listening to this right now, I'd like for you to put us on camera. Put Brian and I on camera.
Yeah, please do.
Save this replay, so that we can cut it up. You guys can cut it up with all your infinite knowledge and wisdom, and then you can put this on the Facebook. Okay.
Right.
Brian and I are imploring the community of Watertown to come to the Watertown Civic Arena on Saturday, March 2nd, and pack this place. We are challenging you to come to the arena and pack the Civic Arena and give these boys home court advantage that they've earned.
Yeah, what's the goal?
And that they haven't just earned this year, but over the course of years.
Yeah, give them the advantage they can glean only from hosting a home game. So we do implore you, and this is all said with appreciation what people do, and yeah, it'd be great. Let's make it as good an environment as possible, because the kids, the coaches, and everyone involved deserves it, just like all across the state other communities do, and schools and teams do as well. But it can be fun. It's gonna be a good atmosphere. If I'm going into coach mode right now,
please.
My first thing I'm talking about, the players do nothing different. They don't have to do anything different to win a big game. They've done it all year. Let's just help them. As fans, let's just help them.
You know, as fans, let's help them, but let's help them as a community, right? Like this is what community is all about. Is we rally around our youth. You know, we rally around our school and our kids.
Yeah,
right?
it's definitely one of the special things about Watertown. We don't have a college. We don't have other athletic teams to support other than Watertown Aero Athletics. And as a result, we've always had great support. And we need to continue that on. And what's cooler than supporting your kids, your youth of the community? And I think we're going to have a great crowd. There's no question about it. We're just trying to make it better than great. We're going to make it special. And the boys have a job to do, and coaches have a job to do. And hopefully we'll be able to witness a really good basketball game and some excitement. And good luck to the girls. They're going to head somewhere. They'll find out tomorrow, and hopefully they can punch their ticket as well.
Yeah, good luck to the Watertown girls. Speaking of you, thank you to our technical director, Mason Mogg. Replays, Austin Thompson. On the cameras tonight were Jaron Mogg, Kyle Gall, John McCormill. Producer is Ryan Remmers. We'll see you on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come to the arena. We'll see you Saturday.
Just a reminder on the at minimum, the high school and middle school kids, minimum, will have free entrance into the game on Saturday, because it's going to be a $5 ticket for them instead of them getting in free. So that's why they wanted to do that. And then just as far as the specifics on that, I think through the school, they will be announcing how they will access those tickets to get in for free. And then hopefully citywide with the kids, as long as they're wearing purple and with their parents or whatever it is. I don't know the details on the elementary, but they're working on that as well. So that'll be pretty cool, because when the two end bleachers are full, they're actually loud too, and makes it even better.
All right, we're gonna use that as a good segue to wrap this one up. Tough loss by the Arrows, but we will see you Saturday.
All right, Sam. See you there, buddy.
All right, God bless. See everybody Saturday night. Going crazy at this step back three. Rodden brings it up with a little hezzy and back to the line.